Hello Dixons, my name is Amina. I'm a student at Dixons Allerton Academy. Please subscribe to our platform at dixonsos.com. At Dixons, we work closely with Citizens UK, the national community organising charity that aims to build power for local people. In Bradford, we've helped to build Bradford Citizens. We are an alliance of around 30 schools from 6 multi-academy trusts. We campaign together using community organising, building people power, developing leaders and fighting for the common good of our city as a place for young people to thrive. All of this is led by students with the support of our community organisers from Citizens UK and the staff in our trusts. We are very grateful to the other members of our alliances, Beckfoot, BDAT, Co-op, Exceed, Priestley and Born in Bradford, and to our partners and supporters at Carlton and the Young in COVID project.
We are one of 18 such alliances across England and Wales, and together we make up the National Alliance Citizens UK. The purpose of Bradford Citizens is summed up in 3 words: relationships. As always, we want to build strong relationships between people from different communities through conversations today and action together. Celebration. We want to recognize the organising campaigns being done in our schools and in our member trusts and organizations. We are listening and learning lessons we can take forward to future campaigns. Hope. We want to listen to each other to discover our hopes for a better Bradford for young people and their families. At the start of July, we attended the Bradford Citizen celebration event at Salts Mill, where we learned how community organising can work in schools, telling our story of where we have come from and who we are.
We found out how community organising develops leaders, strengthens organisations and makes change. We shared different experiences of what life is like as a young person in Bradford and their ideas for change. In this video, Dixons Trinity are going to explain more about how we work in Bradford Citizens and about our mental health campaign. Dixons City are then going to talk about our cost of living crisis and our anti-racism campaign and how we brought those to the Mayor of West Yorkshire, Tracy Brabin. At Bradford Citizens, we use the method of community organising to make social change. So what is community organising and how does it work? Relationships are at the heart of what we do. We use one-to-ones and small groups to share about the things that matter to us, work out how we are going to plan together, and then work together across schools and trusts to take action. Now it's over to Dixons Trinity to explain more.
Hello Dixons, I'm Nafisa. I'm a student at Dixons Trinity Academy. When we come together as Bradford Citizens, we seek to bring change through community organising. We want to organise our people and organise our money to act together so that we have enough power to get to the roots of problems and bring down changes in the system that affect many people's lives. Bradford Citizens is a student-led alliance of 6 multi-academy trusts across Bradford, along with our partners Born in Bradford and Young in COVID. Following the school's Pandemic Recovery Summit that took place in March 2021, young people created the school's Pandemic Recovery Manifesto. Built upon the lived experience of our young people, the manifesto is still the foundation of student voice across the city of Bradford, working together to make our city a place where all belong and will thrive. Students from 5 multi-academy trusts across Bradford, along with other partners, ran a listening campaign in the autumn term of this school year to hear what mattered to them. We listened to over 10,000 students from 24 schools, 16 were secondary age and 8 primary. The 3 top themes that we voted to focus on this year are the cost of living crisis, the effects of racism, and young people's mental health.
We use the 5-step cycle to help us plan our work. This year we have been working on planning and action. We started out by step 1, organising. This is when the Trust came together to share resources and funding to make Bradford Citizens happen at the end of the COVID pandemic. We are thankful for the vision of the people who founded us. Look where we are now. Then we moved to step 2, listening. We organised the Pandemic Recovery Summit to listen to over 10,000 students on their experience during COVID and what we could do to make life better in Bradford. This year we listened again and held another summit in November to reconsider our priorities. We listen for stories, we share our actual experiences of what our lives are really like. We also listen to see who could be a good leader for us to take our campaigns forward. Then we have step 3, planning. This involves working out what our specific campaigns are asking for and who has the power to make that change happen. We work out who we need to talk to and which meetings we need to be invited to speak at. Then we take action, step 4. This includes speaking to powerful people to tell them our stories and persuade them of the changes that need to happen. But we always have to do step 5, negotiate. We are currently learning how to negotiate with budget holders and elected officials in our district from many different areas, including the Council, the NHS and West Yorkshire Mayor's Office. We know we will need to do more of this next year.
Issues of mental health have increased over the last 2 years. There is now a really high need for support with poor mental health across the whole of Bradford. We have a real problem with depression and eating disorders among young people, particularly in girls. We're not all the same, but we all want the same chances. This is about fairness and equity. Mental health is very important and discussions about it need to be normalised all the time. Some students struggle to talk to their parents, teachers and even their friends, especially boys. Some communities don't want to talk about issues around mental health. We think young people feel like they don't have the support to be able to deal with their issues or know who they can talk to. The support that they are offered in schools and in communities is not always good enough. It is often too short, too hard to access and always not to the right level. Last March, Bradford Citizens held a very productive meeting with representatives from Bradford District, NHS Trust and others, where we committed to work together to improve young people's mental health in the district. We have also been working very closely with Age of Wonder programme, from Born in Bradford to the Young in COVID team. We feel that there is more to do, so we wanted to continue to focus this year. We took our campaign to the Wellbeing Board of Bradford Council and NHS teams along with our asks. We want every young person in Bradford that needs professional counselling to access it in a timely way, ideally in school. We want to combine resources from Academies Trust, the NHS and the local authority to make sure that every young person in every Bradford school has the equity of access to the best help within the next 12 months. The board agreed to work with us and to start mapping provisions across schools in our district. We will be working next year to push this campaign for better mental health provisions.
Hi, I'm Danielle from Dixons City Academy.
Hi, I'm Amalia from Dixons City Academy.
Hi, I'm Sanvi from Dixons City Academy.
Students from across Bradford gathered to talk to Mayor Tracy Brabin to talk about improvements that could be made to make Bradford a more welcoming place socially and economically for young people. We wanted to ask her about improvements for travel for young people. In particular, we wanted to talk about racism and the cost of living when it comes to public transport.
We asked her to work with us to make buses a safer place for young people. We also asked her to decrease the fare of the M card for a day trip, so that young people could have access to the bus more easily. We went to the Mayor's office with other schools, church and community groups from Bradford's and Leeds citizens. It felt like everyone was in unity with each other as we put our points to the Mayor. Tracy invited us to have a conversation with her. This allowed all of us to come together and put forward our ideas for the common good.
The Mayor agreed to look at the cost of fares when the bus contract is renewed next year. She also committed to arrange for us to speak to our inclusivity champion to make a plan to reduce racism and abuse on buses. It felt good for the Mayor to listen to us and agree to work with us on our priorities. We learned these issues have to be taken seriously because they affect a lot more people than you think. It was motivating and encouraging to have different groups come together to talk about issues that are important to us.